Alright, so this is going to be a feedback for Valleyinaire. Let's see how it goes. And let's get through it. Oh, disclaimers, right. So I'm just a nerd who likes Tekken, and Josie, she's a cutie pie who beats you to death while crying, right? My feedback is going to be coming from a perspective of, hey, look, based on information from what I've seen in match videos, based on my own personal experiences. This is not a surefire method of improving, but this is more likely to help you improve than it is to hurt you, right? Take what I say with a grain of salt, but take it into consideration. If you have any questions, feel free to ask, and or anything Josie specific. You're already in the Josie Discord. They're awesome, so they'll be able to help you out with anything Josie specific. So let's get started. Right. Okay, so common stuff like that, like finishing strings. The TLDR is don't finish strings, okay? A lot of strings, a lot of characters, it's like they have all these fancy strings because Bamco just really likes it since the dawn of time. But they are tools to help your other stuff. They are not the main focus, right? Even though Josie has a plethora of strings, you don't want to finish them, right? Because it turns into like an autopilot situation, right? When you're in the heat of the moment, when you're in a scramble, you'll just start slamming out strings. Unfortunately, Josie was not blessed like Fakimron was, and her strings are very weak. Right? The risk reward is not the worst, but it's not in your favor as it would be like our good old boy Thai Gigantic Bruce or whatever, right? Just don't finish strings until you know better, until you're able to, condition your opponent a bit more and try and figure out like, okay, I've made them duck a bunch, and now I think that I can use 1, 2, 3, right? The string you just did. I think it was already commented on, right? It's just like you don't want to finish your strings, just stick to 1, 2, or just a single jab. And then once you're more used to like conditioning your opponent, getting a read on their habits, then go ahead, throw out like a few strings here and there. But typically it's like try to focus on single moves, and once you've established like a good game plan, once you've established a sense of familiarity with your opponent, then go ahead, let the strings loose, because that'll work, right? Okay, so right here, right there, right? This is a tough situation, but forward 3 on counter hit is a launcher. You can easily float him with jab or 4, etc. I'm going to basically focus on a few key concepts, right? The first is going to be neutral. The second is going to be combos and or Oki. And the last one, we'll go into like punishment, matchup knowledge, and then like my personal opinions on stuff, right? Neutral. Don't throw out forward 3 like that, right? Dragunov really close to you, I think it's too risky. Forward 3 isn't that slow, but it's not that fast. When the Dragunov is this close to you, and you're in a neutral situation, when you're not advantaged, you're risking a lot from the Dragunov just fucking throwing out a button or a jab and disrupting you. And you really just want to try and put less risk on yourself until you have established a better sense of understanding of what your opponent is going to go for, what will work, what will not work, right? And then the other thing is that like it's counter hit launcher, right? If you do end up liking using that tool, forward 3 is a fine tool, but try to recognize, practice in the lab, practice the combo to recognize when the counter hit happens. It's not the worst. It's a pretty good counter hit animation to help you recognize like, oh, this got counter hit, I should float him for a combo right now, and then get your combo, right? Just doing forward 3 again, And again, right, it's just counter hit there. You saw the tilt back. I have like share reactions. I'm maybe average, slightly below average, but it's not. I think I'm a firm believer that it is something that you can practice and utilize as a good counter hit confirm. Just autopiloting forward 3 and keep slamming those out is not exactly ideal. It was already commented on the Discord, so I'm not going to harp on it too much. But yeah, don't after this. Yeah, don't that right. Don't use 3-3 a bunch. It's a trap, right? It's there to discourage people who you know are going to be pressing buttons. But if you've noticed throughout the set, like, I mean, the repeated forward 3 aside, is that the Dragunov doesn't press enough buttons at the close range during your pressure whenever you're trying to press stuff, that he's not really going to get counter hit or eat up the 3-3, right? It is not the worst move to use, but the thing is, when you're new and you're learning, the problem is that using 3-3 a bunch builds up a bad habit. Like, it gets ingrained into your muscle memory that when it cuts to like a very ambiguous situation, you're like, fuck, I don't know what to do. You do 3-3 and then boom. You're going to find an opponent who just ducks it on reaction and launches you for it, right? The move is good. The move has its uses, but try to avoid letting it become a habit, which is the goal here. It's to avoid letting this thing become a detriment. Well, okay, so you had the right idea, dropping aside. It's kind of an ambiguous situation, and you guys are like dancing back and forth. You're not sure what's going to happen. You're trying to figure out what to do, and then you go for that, and you get counter hit, right? This is leaning more into like a matchup situation territory, and once you get more familiar with Dragunov, you'll start to become more understanding that, like, once they get into like this range, like they're back and forth, they're just waiting to let the running to rip, right? It's one of Dragunov's best moves. Nerfs aside, rip running to. You don't want to be in this. You don't want to try to do anything too slow or too fast, or like that brings you closer, right? Because the issue right around here is that you're at this like awkward distance. You're I get it, right? You're trying to put on pressure on your opponent, but all you did with Crouch Dash 3 is bring yourself closer to the Dragunov to just fucking slam you down, right? The first point, in a matchup situation, in the Dragunov matchup, right, when you're in this like, ooh, don't know what's gonna happen, blah blah blah, don't approach like that. You know, don't approach with CD3 because the Dragunov at that distance is just ready to running to you. I think it's too much risk on your part. I think you're fine just waiting and letting the guy come to you. Which brings me to my second point, 2. Okay, so look at this situation, right? Who has the life lead? You do, right? The Dragunov does not have that much. Oh, it's season 4, whatever. He doesn't have that much life to work with, right? If you're in this situation, in this distance, why are you gonna approach your opponent? What's the point? There is none. I'm a firm believer that if you have the life lead, you let the opponent come to you, right? And yeah, it's scary. Like, you don't want Dragunov to get too close, and it's like, it's scary dealing with if the Dragunov can do instant while running 2, instant while running 2 and down 2. It's fucking the classic. The point being, if you have the life lead and you don't have to approach your opponent, don't. Let them come to you, right? Josie's got decent enough keep out and where she can, like, press a 3 to disrupt the opponent running into you. Or just sidestep and move aside because Dragunov's running 2 just doesn't track as much. That's tipping into matchup knowledge, but whatever. Don't do any extra work you don't have to. One, it's like, you have the life lead, there's no incentive for you to go. Josie trying to approach in this situation puts more risk on yourself than it would on the Dragunov. You don't need to do that. 2, it's online. Online is stupid aggressive. It doesn't matter what the life deficit is, doesn't matter who's in lead, what's not. The fucking, it's two gorillas that are just gonna run at each other all the time. You see it time and time again. And all that, and just trust me when I say, let your opponent approach you. They will. It's fucking online. Especially these early ranks, it's just kind of like whatever. People are just naturally aggressive online because online just enables that type of behavior. And you're not really fighting opponents that are going to punish you for that. Right? So the key takeaways here are twofold. Number one, if you have the life lead, don't approach your opponent. Your opponent will naturally approach you. Trust me on this. Focus more on trying to figure out what your opponent is going to approach you with. How is he going to approach you? Dragunov is pretty easy to guess what he's going to do. And once you figure out how your opponent is trying to approach you, then adjust based on that. All right? He's like, all right, he's going to do running 2. Maybe I could try and sidestep it, or just take it and then worry about like the mix-up situation after, right? And then 2, fuck, I just lost my second point. I'm losing it. It's, be careful about approaching. Approaching at this distance does not mean, but too many people fall into the trap of, all right, it's an ambiguous distance, I'm going to approach with the move. No. Dash block. Dash blocking is your friend, right? Literally, it's just forward a little bit and then hold back, right? Problem with Tekken Online is that dash blocking is really tough and it's not reliable. It's more Tekken Online's fault. The core concept of dash blocking is you are advancing, closing the distance between you and your opponent without putting yourself at too much risk, right? It doesn't matter if you block a move from the opponent that leaves them at advantage. What matters is you got to close the distance without getting yourself counter hit like you're about to get right now, right? It is a fundamental skill that you want to focus on developing. Just dash forward a little bit and then hold back, and then just rinse and repeat. And then once you get more familiar with how your opponent reacts to that, right? Are they aggressive? Are they defensive, passive, etc., whatever? Then you start adjusting. That's when you start mixing up the tools. But you don't want to start approaching with moves right away. It's a bad habit to develop. Oh, he's got combos. Oh, rip. And dropped it. Yeah, 3-3, we talked about that. Unfortunate spacing. Okay, that's another thing to kind of recognize is a situation where you have to just hold it, right? I know it can be tough in these pressure situations where you want to try and like disrupt your opponent or answer with a move, and Josie's got decent panic moves. Her butterfly edge is fucking insane, right? But if you block a move from your opponent like this, right? Like your Dragunov is +6, I think. I think that's what they buffed it to. I can't remember. Going into without dumping all the frame data stuff, right? If you are at -4 or more, you can't really move around too much. If you're at -6 or worse, you basically have to hold it. Especially Josie's shit movement, which sucks, but that's a whole different story. If you are at -6 or worse, you respect what your opponent's mix-up is going to do, right? Until you have a better read on what they're going to do, you just be like, all right, I got to hold that. Because you're trying to keep challenging your opponent and trying to like steal their turn. Like, oh, if I just down forward to them and hop kick them or something, I can turn the tide. And it's like, that's a bad habit, right? There's gonna be a situation where you just have to hold that because you're gonna face an opponent who is at advantage, and their character just is loaded up the ass with counter hit launchers, because that's fucking Tekken 7 right now. And you don't want to challenge them because the risk is not in your favor. And again, look at this, right? The Dragunov has to do way more work, I mean, combo damage aside, way more work than you do to kill him. All you gotta do is block one move and punish, and you take the round. And it's like an early online ring Dragunov, so it's most likely he's just gonna do down twos, which you can block, and pretty sure you launch down two. At worst, even if you don't, right? Even if you just get wall stunning 4, the wall stunning 4 would kill him. The main takeaway is this. You have to start recognizing situations where it's like, you just gotta block, homie. You just accept that, like, okay, the opponent gets to keep their turn for a little bit more. I just gotta wait for my opportunity to take it back. I think someone should clip that. It's like, man, down 4 killing somebody in season 4. Oof, it's like a shooting star. You're never gonna see that again. Again, it's you are trying to attack during a situation where it's no. It's Dragunov's turn. You respect it. My opinion is at the start when you're learning, just respect everything. You're right. Yes, there's gonna be some shit that like, yo, that's fake, and disrupt it or whatever. Cross that bridge when you get there, but the default should be respect your opponent and learn to be comfortable in a defensive situation when the pressure is on and all you can do is just block. Because if you keep trying to autopilot and try to retaliate, you just get counter hit like what happened there. Right? If you keep trying to just, oh, I gotta keep pressing buttons, gotta challenge, you like right there, you just get counter hit and knocked down, and it's just a rough situation all over again. There will be a time where you will learn more and you will know better, and you can be like, you know what, I'm not gonna respect it, and I'm just gonna destroy your turn right here, right now, and that's fine. But the idea is that we are building the fundamental now of patience, and then later on being able to turn a situation in your favor. Yeah, another thing is like, look, frame data is a very ugly fucking hydra, right? It's like once you dip your toe in the water and you start learning frame data, you feel overwhelmed with this amount of knowledge. And it really depends. It really depends on how you learn, right? I'm someone who prefers just sort of, here's a methodical breakdown, here's a step-by-step process, and I worked better with more information, right? Will it change my life knowing that something is safe or not? Do I need it? No, you just kind of recognize it. Some people can just recognize situations where it's like, all right, I just got to hold it. Like Anakin, fantastic, probably the best American player, maybe Jimmy, but whatever. Anakin doesn't really give two shits about frame data, right? But the thing about that is, again, it's like Anakin is successful in despite him not really giving a shit about frame data, not because of it, right? If you really enjoy the game, if you're like, man, I like Josie, I like the game, consider learning frame data, taking some time to at least understand your character's frame data, right? Knowing when and where you can't move, because you're trying to reduce situations of, like right here, you do 1, 2, 3, it gets blocked, and you keep trying to press a button, and then you just get counter hit. Learning frame data will help you understand of like, okay, my move is blocked, here's how minus I am, here's what I can get away with, here's what I can't. In that situation, you can't get away with anything. The Dragunov just gets to have a free turn. It is not like the end-all be-all, like your life isn't going to drastically change by learning frame data, but it's more about, it'll help you reduce bad habits of trying to do stuff when you shouldn't and then getting demolished for it with counter hits. Rip. Oh, it sucks. Or, there's 2 matches. I don't think I'm gonna finish the video. There's already a lot to work with here, and we'll just go. I'll just talk over it as the match plays, I guess. Okay. So, in terms of improvement, right? Like, what can you do to step up your game? The first one is gonna be trying to be more understanding of when is a situation that I get to press buttons and when isn't. And it'll help you better understand, right, of like, alright, time to press a button, or alright, time to hold it so I don't just get counter hit out of whatever. Neutral, there's a lot to work with here, but just focus on the basics of try to figure out what are some of Josie's like strong single hit moves, right? Don't do strings. Strings are a trap right now. When you learn more about them and have a better understanding, then yeah, start incorporating strings into the game. But for now, it's really just to focus more on what are Josie's good single moves that can let you, you know, apply pressure but don't end your turn or don't put you in a bad spot, blah blah blah. A lot of people love the switch stuff, right? So down forward 4 going into switch at plus 11 or whatever it is, and start going to town. It is insane how much mileage you get out of down forward 4 switch 3, down forward 4 switch 3, down forward 4 switch 3, and then just doing down forward 4 into switch 2 or some shit. The key takeaway being, you need to try and play more compact and focus on single moves and developing a better understanding, right? The main goal is just to stop your string usage. Reduce it to a point where you're not putting yourself at risk as much as you are, right? So for Josie, it's really just kind of like one jab, not 1-2, right? But just a singular one jab is often solid, right? It leaves you plus, it stays safe, it's very fast, it's hard to punish, and people will be like, oh, you can whiff punish and whiff and launch a jab. Like, yeah, dog, yeah, 17 frames online, you'll totally get it every time. It's like, yes, anybody, godlike reactions can whiff punish a jab with a launch, like whatever. The goal is that you are not continuously putting yourself in bad spots because you keep finishing all these strings. So a singular jab, down forward 2, but it's not a poke, it's like it's a punish. Hop kick when you notice that Dragunov is doing a bunch of lows that he shouldn't, etc. Down 4, fantastic tool and whatnot. Down forward 4, solid. 3 by itself, right? Just a little mid kick covers a decent amount of distance, right? I want to say, like, what is this, like, if the Dragunov was here, range 2, whatever, training range is whatever. I'm talking about just like the colloquial range you'll see talked about in Tekken a lot. 3, just poke them and be like, all right, are they ducking? Here's some chip damage or whatever. As you play more Josie and as you get more familiar with using tools, you'll get a better understanding of like, all right, these are the single hit neutral tools that I can use and stuff. That should be the main focus of neutral for right now, is just kind of like try and reduce your string usage, trying to incorporate more single moves so that you don't put yourself at risk so much, and then slowly start to put in either more moves or then finishing strings once you start to recognize like, oh, I think my opponent's going to try something funny here. I can just do this string and get a decent reward out of it. Oh, 1+4. 1+4 is great. Fucking use it. Nobody fucking blocks lows online, let alone early ranks. right? 1+4 will be an easy entry into Switch. 1+4 down forward 4 all day, every day. Funny enough as I say this, then you might run into the trouble of over relying on Switch and using a lot of Switch mix-ups, but we'll worry about that later. The key point being, you are trying to compact your play and just start from scratch, right? Get rid of the strings in your head. Focus on single hit tools, right? Or parts of strings, like not doing 1 2 3, but doing just 1 2 and seeing how that works out, and then developing from there. Once you get a better understanding of like, okay, I'm using 1 2 1 1 2 1 whatever a lot, now I can do 1 2 3 here, or I can try a different move, etc. And think of it like a Lego building or whatever. You want to build the foundation of what your solid single hit pokes are, and then build up slowly. Like, okay, now I know how to use down 4, down forward 4, single jab, etc. Now I can try and incorporate maybe down 2, down forward 2, hop kick, etc. Stuff like that. And then and you just keep building up on that. You see, the problem with a foundation of, all right, if I just do 1 2 3 and it works out on some opponents, or if I do 3 3 a bunch, you are building bad habits that will bite you back in the future, and you want to avoid that. In terms of combos and Oki, I haven't really seen a combo. Well, let's play this out. If a combo comes up, I'll try and get used to that, or I'll see what I have to say about them. I don't think it will, but yeah. Combos, it's really just about, follow these basic routes. Do launcher, forward 2 3 4, dash, forward 2 3 3. Right, just do a basic, super basic B&B structure, and then as you get more familiar with Josie, you get more familiar with Tekken, then you can start going for the more interesting routes, or the routes that have like different rewards and stuff. Josie's got a lot of interesting routes, especially with like the down forward 1 2 forward stuff. I should really use those more, but yeah. All right, at the start when you're learning, always follow the KISS method. Keep it simple, stupid, right? Keep it simple. Don't do any fancy stuff. It might be frustrating online because you're going to be running into people who are just throwing everything at you and you're just not sure how to handle it. And I get that. I get that frustration and that feeling of desire to just kind of like lash out at them and just be like, oh yeah, and then just start slamming buttons on them, and then it's fun to do that. But it's really just about setting the goal, setting yourself up for future success. Keeping it simple now, and as you develop your understanding of the game and Josie, you build on that foundation for later, and it really helps out. So yeah, just keep it simple. Simple pokes, simple combos to capitalize on stuff later, and as you get more comfortable, right, you'll get more used to it. In terms of, let's say, like matchup knowledge, that's a whole nice. Mini combos, right? If you get a counter hit, you can do some fancy stuff. I forget what the combo is. I just do down 3+4. I'm fucking lazy. I just take my guaranteed damage and that's it. Alternatively, you could probably set up like a good Oki situation. Like if you dash up and wait a little bit, and as the opponent gets up, just do down 2. You'll most likely get a counter hit launch, but that's more advanced stuff. If you get a counter hit, crouch dash 3, just do down 3+4. Get your guaranteed damage and continue your neutral stuff. I think there's more fancy stuff you can do. I'm pretty sure there is. But again, keep it simple, and then as you get better and more familiar, then you like, okay, I got the basics down. If worst comes to worst, I can always just rely on some basic easy combo stuff, and then you build up the more advanced stuff later. But yeah, punishment matchup stuff, I'm honestly not going to talk about too much. I think you need to focus more on developing your neutral and just more of your basics on Josie herself first, and then worry about matchup knowledge later. I think you'll just be too overwhelmed. If you have questions, feel free to ask. I'll try and answer them. I think Brad was already commenting on some of Dragunov's weaknesses. You can probably try asking him to, hey, any more Dragunov specific stuff. But I think you're better off just focusing on, developing your basic fundamental tools with Josie, and then worry about matchup knowledge when you're more familiar and more comfortable with Josie. Because like there's 50 fucking characters in this game. It's really annoying. That's 50 matchups. Each character has, you know, 10,000 moves. Each character has all these crazy gimmicks that when you first see them, you're like, what the fuck's going on? You know, don't overwhelm yourself. Try to pace yourself. If you're like me and you just like nerding out about that stuff, sure, go for it. You know, you learn at the pace that feels comfortable to you. What else? Matchup, personal opinion stuff. Like, you know, tools that Josie has that I think are solid and I think are pretty cool, but, you know, your mileage may vary. I'm not going to go into it too much. I think it's really just about, like... Okay, wait. Yeah, in this situation, like, if your opponent's just doing a bunch of jabs, right, just duck. But we'll get into that later. For right now, it's focus on your neutral, focus on trying to learn, like, hey, what are some single hit moves that Josie has that would be good for me to use, and being able to play just a super basic game, right? Because my philosophy on learning a character is this, right? You learn the basics first. Punish is most important, but combos are fun to do, and everybody loves practicing combos. It's not really fun practicing your punishes and stuff, right? But, you know, learn your punishes, learn your combos, like a basic combo route that just gets you through and works across a variety of launchers. None of that stage-specific, character-specific stuff, right? Just, here's my B&B, that's all you need for right now. And you want to focus on developing that to the point where you never have to think, right? Let's say, like, if you're faced with a negative situation, like your opponent's -12, you never have to think, okay, what's my -12 punish? You just automatically do, like, back 1-1 or whatever. Or 1-2-2, because Josie's 10 frame is godlike, right? You just always just try to put yourself in that situation of you don't have to think when it comes to Josie. Your body and your muscle memory just automatically act for you. And then once that is established, you can start experimenting with, like, okay, I got my super basic combo game down. I'm gonna start practicing the more advanced combo stuff, right? And then when you're playing, you can just you can go for the advanced stuff, and if it doesn't work out, you're just like, all right, fuck it, I gotta practice that more. Just do the basic stuff for now. And once you're familiar with the character, once everything is ingrained into muscle memory, that's what really helps develop the matchup knowledge, because you have more energy and brain power to just focus on, like, okay, what's my opponent doing, what's their character, etc. Because you're spending less time thinking about, okay, I just launched with Josie, what the fuck is my combo? Or, oh, I just got into the situation against my opponent, what the fuck is my punish, right? So yeah, just, you know, focus on developing your basics for right now, and then start incorporating more stuff as it progresses. If you have any questions, feel free to ask, and let me know. Bye-bye.